know that nothing lasts forever.
What's up guys, it's your boy Honestly Bad or Albert here, and today I bring you guys a Diablo 3 Reapers of Soul video based off of the Witch Doctor builds that I use. This is going to be a two-part video episode thing where the first one we talk about the farming method I use, as I don't have all the gear yet to be a competitive leaderboard smashing Greater Rifter and the Witch Doctor, but the second video will be the video that I show you guys what I use for Greater Rifts. Now these builds all use the Helltooth Greaves set, as it is probably one of the best sets still for the Witch Doctor. So let's get into the video. The Firebats build utilizes the high damage output of Firebats paired with a couple items specifically to help increase the overall damage you deal with Firebats. First item comes from using the full 6 set bonus of Helltooth Greaves, where every time you cast Wall of Death, your damage is increased by 1400% weapon damage for 15 seconds of your primary skills, aka Firebats. Another item that helps the damage of Firebats is the Belt of Bakuli Jungle Wraps, increasing the damage of Firebats up to 200% while affected by Locust Swarm or Piranhas. Now in Kadai's Cube, we will be using 3 more items that help out with this build. One is the Staff of Chiropetra, where Firebats cast 100% faster and decrease the casting cost by 75%. Next item in Kadai's Cube that we have here is of course the Mantle of Channeling. While casting Firebats, you deal 25% more damage and take 25% less damage from enemies. The last item you definitely want in Kadai's that I sadly haven't found yet is the Ring of Emptiness, where you deal 300% increased damage to enemies affected by Haunt and Locust Swarm. Now to help the survivability, we have the Sacred Harvester Ceremonial Knife. This knife lets you gain 10 stacks of Soul Harvest, and paired with the Lukuma's Bracers gives you 6% damage reduction for each stack. Also, if you want to get into higher Greater Rifts, having a pair of Unities, one for you and your follower that is invincible with a token, that helps your damage reduction a lot. For a little extra bonus of damage reduction and toughness, I'm using the Traveler's Pledge set with the Ring and Amulet to help give bonus damage while standing still and extra damage reduction while moving from packs to packs. For gems, I am using the Bane of the Trapped, as we are always up close to our enemies, so having to increase damage on slowed enemies is a nice boost to have. I'm also using Bane of the Stricken, as it makes killing bosses and Rift Guardians feel easier than they really should be. And lastly, I will be using the Pain Enhancer, as the extra damage from bleeding is always nice to have. Most of the skills are self-explanatory, as I've mentioned pretty much all of them through the items that you want to obtain. First up, we have Locust Swarm with Cloud of Insects, which not only procs our damage buffs for Firebats, but reduces 25% of the damage for enemies that are affected from it. Next we have Firebats with Cloud of Bats. This is our huge damage output skill, doing 425% weapon damage and increasing up to 850%. Then for our 1 skill, we have Spirit Walk with Honored Guest, helping you gain 20% of your mana when procced, and also helps you get out of those sticky situations. To help with survivability, we are of course using Soul Harvest with Language, which increases our toughness by 10% for each enemy affected, and also slowing enemies and increasing your intelligence for each stack, up to 10 stacks because of Sacred Harvester. For my number 3 skill, we are using the Wall of Death, communing with spirits, which slows enemies, helping increase damage with Bane of the Trapped, and procs our bonus from the Helltooth set. Lastly, we have Haunt with Draining Spirit, which help us gain mana by giving us 12 mana per second when an enemy is affected by Haunt. So next up we have our passive skills. Nothing is better than having your fetishes come to life. So our first passive skill is of course Fetish Syncrements, giving you a 15% chance to summon a Fetish Syncrement for 60 seconds, and having up to 15 of them. We will also be using Creeping Death, where the damage for Locust Swarm and Haunt will last longer than they normally would. We are also going to be using Grave Injustice, which helps our cooldowns regen faster, as for every enemy that dies, we lose 1 second of our cooldown. Last but not least, we will also be using Confidence Ritual, because it's a no-brainer to gain that 25 increased damage, as we are always up close and personal with the Cloud of Bats. Thank you for watching, guys. Of course, I would love a like on this video and comment down below any questions you have on this build. And always subscribe and click that bell to be alerted for when the second episode of the Helltooth builds is released, going over my personal favorite build, the Helltooth pet build. This one is one of the ones that I've been building for a while and use for greater rifts with friends. That build is actually great with doing in parties, as you're just going to sit there and tank while all your pets do the damage and tank for your other ranged friends. So like I said, guys, please leave a like and comment down below any questions you have on the Witch Doctor and this build, and hopefully I will have an update video of this build when I finally have that ring and am able to finally do those nice greater rifts. It's been your boy Honestly Bad or Albert here, and I hope you guys have a great day.